Subscribe to the William Pace Show YouTube channel. Be sure to click the bell and give us the thumbs up. Thank you.
The William Pace Show through the years has been a beacon of light in the Midwest, taking you to such destinations as the Navy Pier, the Palmer Hilton Palace Hotel, the German Village, the Showboat Majestic Theatre, the Ohio Village, and the Krohn Conservatory. There's always something cooking in the kitchen on the William Pace Show. Some of the biggest stars, entertainers, and political figures like B.B. King, Jimmy Walker, Bob Carlisle, Patti Austin, Mr. T, Whitley Phibbs, and Congressman Tony Hall have appeared on the William Pace Show. Now, without further ado, we proudly present the William Pace Show on CATV, coming to you from the heart of the Midwest. The William Pace Show, asking the questions you want to ask, getting the answers everyone wants to know. It's a new season of the William Pace Show. We're raising the bar with more commitment to educate, inform, encourage, inspire, empower, and help you have your best life. Everyone deserves to have their best life. I'm just staying the course. Here we go.
The following is produced and paid for by Barton Productions. Barton Productions producing quality television programming for 11 years. In addition, we produce documentaries, corporate videos, commercials, and much more. Call Barton Productions at 275-0150. Now, without further ado, we proudly present the William Pace Show. Hello, I'm William Pace. Thanks so much for tuning us in tonight. Tonight, my special guest is Commissioner Abner Orick. As you know, we always start the show out by reading letters from the viewers, and I love this part of the show. To write to the William Pace Show, write to P.O. Box 3644, Dayton, Ohio 45401. That's P.O. Box 3644, Dayton, Ohio 45401. If your letter is chosen to be read on the air, you'll receive a gift from the William Pace Show. I got a cute little card from the Martin family. Isn't this cute here? It has two little bears out in the garden. And it says, "Dear William, what a sunny, cheerful season. What a perfect time to say, here's hoping that your spring is warm and bright in every way, the Martin family." Thank you so much for writing, and we're going to give you a box of Esther Price Fine Chocolates. And this card comes from Vandalia, Ohio, from a C.A. Stiver. And it says, "Dear William, enjoy the show very much. I just love the restaurant reviews. Keep up the good work. Sincerely, C.A. Stiver." Thank you very much for writing, and we're going to send you a gift certificate to No Common Sense in Yellow Springs, Ohio. Coming up next, conversation with Commissioner Abner Orick. Stay with us. Hello, I'm William Pace. Thanks so much for tuning us in tonight. My special guest is Commissioner Abner Orick. Thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
William, it's a pleasure to be here, and I guess we should correct it. I'm not a commissioner. I'm an ex-city commissioner.
Well, we're still going to call you Commissioner
All right,
Abner.
that's fine.
What's life like after being out of office?
Well, believe it or not, there are life after politics.
Is there a life after politics?
There are life after politics. I have, of course, I've always had my business, which is a trophy company for 35 years, so it's obvious I went back to that. But I went out and bought another motorhome, so Judy and I have been traveling quite a bit throughout the 9 states, and playing a little bit of golf, not as much this year as I have in the past, but I'll assure you from the 15th of June on, I'll get my share of tournaments and golfing in. But otherwise, everything's just been going fine. Working in the yard quite a bit and still volunteering I'm on 5 different boards, so I still go to those, and I'm still involved.
So you're just perhaps busier than before.
You know, I was thinking that the other day, and my son is in the business with me. He says, Dad, he says, you know, he says, I think you're going now more than you was when you was on the commission. And I do leave quite a bit. I sit on the State Central Committee, and I've been around Indianapolis, you know, Canton, Akron, Columbus, and Cincinnati on businesses, and it is a very hectic life, but that's just life in America.
Well, tell me, are you a pretty good golfer?
Well, I don't know if I'm a good golfer. Last night I shot a 42, and I didn't think it was all that bad. I guess I was a little lucky, but I'll take luck any day.
Tell me, you know, they're working on the school budget now, and there's so much commotion about the school budget and so forth. What's your opinion on that subject?
Well, William, I have a great concern for the Dayton Public Schools. I know my wife and myself and my 2 boys went through the Dayton Public Schools, and I've been a avid fan of the Dayton Public School system, and I think we've got to find a way to continue on. And I think the leadership that we have now, I think they've just been just a little bit relaxed and asking what I call the hard question. I know I used to be accused of nitpicking all the time because I was asking the question, where you getting the money, what are you doing with it and everything. And I think that some of the school board members has got to start taking that same attitude. Contrary to a lot of individuals believe, it's a big business. And if you don't run it in a business situation, it's just like a company go bankrupt. And that's exactly right now. We've got a deficit in the Dayton school system. Yes, we will find a way, and you know, it's not only the school systems, but it's government in total, and I'm talking about from the federal down to the local. Why is all the major companies downsizing? You've got to streamline. You've got to get more efficient technology and everything else. And this is not only the school board, but it's also over to the city hall too. You've got to become, because let's face reality, the most expensive thing that you can have in a company is the employee salaries. And you've got to continuously, can we do this more efficient? Or can you, what you did 10 years ago, you might be doing totally opposite than you're doing today because of times change, of technology and everything. But
tell me, do you think that the city of Dayton will eventually have a budget problem too?
Well, it's no question in my mind. Last year they had a budget problem. They were $7.5 million in the hole last year, and they took all the money out of the discretionary funds. So this year, my prediction is they'll go anywhere from $12 to $15 million in the red this year.
You think so?
Oh yeah, I mean the numbers are there, and it's one of those situations that you've got to stay up on top of the program, and you know there are times that you've got to say no. And one of the things that I enjoy seeing and reading about is the county. What they do, they make the departments come in, and you have to take it and put it into your budget for the following year. Well, the city of Dayton, we used to do that. We used to have a 5-year forecast and all that. Well, we got away from that. And if 3 commissioners walked in and says, I need $1 million for something, they would tell the city manager to fine it. Well, they would take it from someplace else. Well, you cannot operate a business if it's not into the program this year, unless it's an emergency for the public, okay? And I think that's very important. It has to be emergency for the public. You just don't go out here and start giving money. I saw in the paper the other day, and I about flipped out on this one. $100,000 is to help a filling station to set up in business.
Wow.
Now, you know, and I do too, William, that if there's a demand for gas in that neighborhood, you can't tell me Shell, BP, Speedway, or Clark, or somebody would not go there and voluntarily build one. You take the city of Dayton itself.
Oh, so the city spent that?
The city is contributing $100,000 of your and I's tax dollars is to help for a filling station to open, which I think is ridiculous. Whatever happened to the free enterprise system? If there are money to be made, a business person will find a way to make the money. And these hands out, just like, and of course I'm going to catch heck for saying, getting ready what I'm ready to say.
Well, just go all the way.
But Uno, for example,
Okay.
they gave him $750,000 to open the Uno's downtown. Let's face reality. The guy that owns Uno used to own Blockbuster, sold it for millions. Why? Whatever happened to American free enterprise system? Just get the government off the private businesses' back. Just help them get the permits, help them to do that. Most business persons are very, very happy with it. But the more the government gets involved in it, the worse inefficiency it becomes.
Now, you've been out of office now for a little over a year. Do you miss being out of office?
Not really. There are days, I still get the calendar on a regular basis, so I know pretty well what's going on in the city. I don't get as many phone calls because I used to get 60, 70 phone calls a day. I probably get now maybe 10 or 15 a day. But I see some of the things that they're doing downtown that if I was sitting there, I would be challenging it in a different manner than they're doing it. Let's face reality. In the news media or on TV, you have no inkling what's going on in City Hall. None of the commissioners, they're all, I use the word, they're all in bed together. And
now, I want you to elaborate on
well,
that. What do you mean by that?
When they're in bed, they all agree. They're all
I
happy,
see.
sleeping together. They're just happy. And
No
then
one's willing to
no
stand
one,
out to,
that's right.
to really...
And unfortunately, William, this comes to strong politics now. We need a two-party system down there. You don't
think
have.
so?
Oh, no question. That's the same thing. The problem over on the school board. Okay, when everybody's in the same organization, you have a tendency because, well, if I want to go someplace else, they could hurt me later on in the political scene.
Oh.
You need the opposition. You need the two-party system is to keep each other on what I call a straight and narrow road.
Well, we'll be back in a moment. More conversation with Commissioner Abner Orick. Stay with us.
The William Pace Show through the years has been a beacon of light in the Midwest, taking you to such destinations as the Navy Pier, the Palmer Hilton Palace Hotel, the German Village, the Showboat Majestic Theatre, the Ohio Village, and the Krohn Conservatory. There's always something cooking in the kitchen on the William Pace Show. Some of the biggest stars, entertainers, and political figures like B.B. King, Jimmy Walker, Bob Carlisle, Patti Austin, Mr. T, Whitley Phibbs, and Congressman Tony Hall have appeared on the William Pace Show. Now, without further ado, we proudly present the William Pace Show on CATV, coming to you from the heart of the Midwest.
Subscribe to the William Pace Show YouTube channel. Be sure to click the bell and give us the thumbs up. Thank you.
Hi, I'm William Pace. Thanks so much for tuning us in tonight. We're back talking with Commissioner Abner Orick. What do you think are some of the big problems at City Hall?
Well, I think really if you look back over the years, I think the biggest thing is the change of the makeup of the personnel in City Hall. What we have done, we've lost all what I call the old veterans that's got to 25 and 30 years. And if you look at the staff that the city manager is putting together, it's basically all new. I mean, they're very young, maybe 3, 4, 5 years into the system. A lot of them doesn't even have that much time. And I think it has a significant effect because, again, William, it's just like you. You got to know who the players are when you sat down at the weekly meeting, policy review committee. You got to know how far can I push you and how far can you push me. How do we cooperate with each other to make sure your department gets your job done and mine? For example, Public Works could help recreation in some way. Recreation could help the water department or the airport or whatever.
The various departments could help each other then.
I think I'd like to see an attitude of willingness to do that, and then I'd like to see an attitude, for example, like in trash pickup. I hear it on a regular basis about where the individuals, after they get done with the trash containers, they don't put them back; they just throw them back. And believe it or not, you've got some 75 and 80-year-old folks living in this city. Physically cannot. I have a lady that lives down the street. I went down and picked hers up by she says, I can't lift it up.
Well, you know, it's pretty heavy.
Well, they are. I mean, you take a person 80, 81, 82 years old like that. And I think that's important little things. I think another service that we could offer in the city, is like limb pickup. You know, they tell you that you have to have them cut out like this. Well, it's funny, Oakwood, you pull them there, the crew comes out, chops them up and get them. You don't have to sit and do that. There are a lot of little things that we need. I think our inspectional services needs to be a lot tighter, especially on sidewalk and curbing. We're getting lousy work for that. We're paying top dollar, but we're not doing from that end of it. And the city manager's got her hands full. I'll be honest with you. As far as citizens living in the city, we're on a decline, and economically, we're losing a tremendous amount of citizens that what I call is in a higher financial bracket, and a lot of it is because of the school system. And I concur with State Senator McLean and Robertson Allen. It's time to end it, folks. My kids were bused, and it's time to end it, and let's get back to it. It's not successful.
So you don't think that we should have busing then?
No. It was good at the time, okay? It's no problem. But today, the numbers has flip-flopped, William. It used to be 70-30. Now it's more like 80-20, the opposite way. What have we done? We've ran everybody away from the city. If you go back in 1965, we had 65,000 students in our school system. We had 265,000 citizens living in the city with less square mileage than we have today. So what you know yourself, and I do too, in America you can make money, and if you don't like it, you will move. Just that simple. You can move because financially you can afford to take and do this. And this is what's happening. We probably have more jobs in the city right now, but what are they? They're $5, $6, $7 jobs. We've lost all the big General Motors down in Delco and Old Frigidaire and that. We've lost all the $18, $20, $25 jobs, see. We've got, and that has a major effect upon our earnings tax. You know, that's another area that needs to be looked at real strong is the earnings tax. Is everybody paying it? You know, you keep cutting folks out of certain departments, and I use the terminology, cut your nose off and spite your face. You need to keep them there to accumulate that money into the system. And I think it's very important for the community.
Well, let's talk a little bit about baseball. Dayton Dragons. What's your opinion on that situation?
Well, you know, it's a done deal now. I hope they are successful. I don't agree with the concept whatsoever, and I think I was very vocal of it. I go back to the free enterprise system again. I have over at my trophy shop right now. I presented it to the city manager and them. I had a private group wanted to build a baseball, and the most that the city would have had and involved in it totally would have been $3 to $4 million, and it would all that would have been in the public right of way. In other words, it would not have been. All we asked was the cooperation and everything, and the downtown partnership saw fit not to cooperate because. So now, what is the taxpayers got? $25 to $28 million tax bill that's going to be given away over a period of years, and I tell you right now, financially, if you look at the numbers, they're not going to make it. They're not going to make it.
You don't think baseball is going to survive?
No, I don't think not be a profitable thing for them. I don't think so.
Okay.
My prediction is it's going to cost the city of Dayton anywhere from I say $250 to $500 or maybe even $750,000 a year to make it to survive. Because see, what they're not going to tell you, William, they're not going to tell you about all the cleanup that they have to go around there. They're not going to tell you all the extra police and all that kind of
security.
Stuff. That's right. And believe me, you have to have that. You know, just like this weekend, it's a wonderful weekend they're having downtown. But really, they're paying those police officers time and a half.
Oh.
Okay? They don't do that voluntarily. And but that's part of government, but I understand it. But what bothers me more than anything is when you have the private sector wants to do something, you encourage them. I know you wanted to talk about the Wright Dunbar a little bit.
I do, yeah.
We had a private sector wanted to go over there. No, we had some guy came in and ripped us off good. Okay? He got us for $1 million for 4 houses. Now, come on, folks.
$1 million
That's
for
right.
4 houses.
That's correct. These are the kinds of things. I happen to come from the schoolhouse that let the private sector do it and have the government to enforce their rules and regulation. In other words, what they have to have is zoning and permits and stuff like that. But encourage, pat the private enterprise on the backside and say, hey, go at it. That's what America is all about. Make your millions that way. But you don't need government running. I've never seen anything government that's run good.
Well, you know, we're almost out of time. You know, so would you come back and do another show with us?
Next time we come back, we need a 2-hour job.
You need you want a 2-hour interview, huh?
We need something.
We'll have to do a special, folks.
Well, you know, really, I think the politicians need to get out and explain to the citizens what's going on in this community. And unfortunately, it's not. You know, we were talking real briefly about Dayton First Little League. There's no reason on earth why that thing is not going top gun right now. And because you got a few jealous individuals over there. And I'm going to sit down and work with some of the guys, and we're going to work it out and try to make it happen.
In just about 30 seconds, tell us, what would you do to instill more self-esteem in the youth today?
Well, I think number one, our recreation department is falling way behind. In fact, my wife made a comment last night coming back from playing golf, Kettering Field. Why isn't that place being used? I mean, every weekend it used to be tournaments and stuff, and that literally brought in millions of dollars into the hotel, motel, food businesses, and it's just sitting there empty right now. Those are the kinds of things that the youth, to me, I have a philosophy is this: if a tired mind is a happy mind in kids. If you're studying hard or you're playing hard and you're tired at the end of the evening, you don't want to stay up all night, you want to go to bed and get up the next day, and you want that challenge. And I think it's very important. And we have a beautiful community. The only thing is we just need some leadership to make it happen.
There you go. Thank you so much for coming on tonight, and we can't let you leave without a box of Esther Price Fine Chocolates. It's simply Dayton's best.
It's no question in my mind.
And we've got a little something here for your wife, Judy, a gift from Lines by Louise Flores.
Well, I thank you very kindly, and I'll assure you that she'll enjoy both of those.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you so much for coming on.
Bye.
There's more to come on the William Pace Show. Stay with us.
The William Pace Show through the years has been a beacon of light in the Midwest, taking you to such destinations as the Navy Pier, the Palmer Hilton Palace Hotel, the German Village, the Showboat Majestic Theatre, the Ohio Village, and the Krohn Conservatory. There's always something cooking in the kitchen on the William Pace Show. Some of the biggest stars, entertainers, and political figures like B.B. King, Jimmy Walker, Bob Carlisle, Patti Austin, Mr. T, Whitley Phibbs, and Congressman Tony Hall have appeared on the William Pace Show. Now, without further ado, we proudly present the William Pace Show on CATV, coming to you from the heart of the Midwest.
Subscribe to the William Pace Show YouTube channel. Be sure to click the bell and give us the thumbs up. Thank you.
Thanks so much for tuning us in tonight. You know, in the early days of the show, I just wanted to be on television. But now it's just not good enough to be on television. I really want to make a difference in your lives, the viewers that tune me in night after night, week after week, month after month. I really want to make a difference in your life. And so I decided to start this inspirational moment, hoping that I might be able to say a word of hope, a word of encouragement, or just to maybe entertain. Our inspirational moment is sponsored tonight by Lines by Louise Flores in the Randolph Plaza. And our inspiration comes from great quotes from great leaders. Failure is the only opportunity to begin again more intelligently. Whether you think you can or think you can't, you are right. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. Nothing is particularly hard if you divide it into small jobs. If money is your hope for independence, you will never have it. The only real security that a man can have in this world is a reserve of knowledge, experience, and ability. It is not the employer who pays wages. He only handles the money. It is the product that pays wages. Even a mistake may turn out to be the one thing necessary to a worthwhile achievement. Business is never so healthy as when, like a chicken, it must do a certain amount of scratching for what it gets. An idealist is a person who helps other people to be prosperous. Don't find fault, find a remedy. That's our inspirational moment for tonight. Gotta go. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
To write to the William Pace Show, write to Post Office Box 3644, Dayton, Ohio 45401. If your letter is chosen to be read on the air, you'll receive a gift from the William Pace Show.
The William Pace Show through the years has been a beacon of light in the Midwest, taking you to such destinations as the Navy Pier, the Palmer Hilton Palace Hotel, the German Village, the Showboat Majestic Theatre, the Ohio Village, and the Krohn Conservatory. There's always something cooking in the kitchen on the William Pace Show. Some of the biggest stars, entertainers, and political figures like B.B. King, Jimmy Walker, Bob Carlisle, Patti Austin, Mr. T, Whitley Phibbs, and Congressman Tony Hall have appeared on the William Pace Show. Now, without further ado, we proudly present the William Pace Show on CATV, coming to you from the heart of the Midwest.
Subscribe to the William Pace Show YouTube channel. Be sure to click the bell and give us the thumbs up. Thank you.